Now, just to put into perspective how crazy we are talking here, pretend that you've seen everything leading up to this, which you will see shortly, where Hailey Baldwin, aka Hailey Bieber, has copied literally every single thing that Selena Gomez has done, all the way up to this.
On June 4th, 2015, Selena Gomez would be spotted with a new tattoo behind her ear. This tattoo is just the letter G and is supposedly a tribute to her baby sister Gracie. However, on June 16th, just 12 days later, Hailey Baldwin would be spotted sporting an almost identical G tattoo in the same exact location as Selena's.
So apparently Justin Bieber has threatened legal action against anyone who had created this video and all that stuff. So after watching it, I understand why. And I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the craziest story that I've heard in years. And I have heard a lot of crazy stuff, including that Diddy may have actually, with the same person who we're talking about in this video, obviously Justin being that person. So I'm going to be essentially going through a bunch of information that I just came upon about Hailey Bieber stalking Justin Bieber for literally like 9 to 10 years and getting him to marry her while pulling some of the most insane things I have ever seen.
Beliebers would never get the chance and eventually grow out of the fandom. But what if I told you one Belieber never gave up? In fact, she was there the whole time, lurking in the shadows, using her famous friends and dad's Hollywood connections to turn her 13-year-old dream into reality.
Now, all of this is coming from a TikTok series. Got millions and millions and millions of views on TikTok. Now, I took the clips from that video or those TikToks and I amassed them in this video. We're going to be reacting to all of them. But apparently, Justin Bieber is looking into legal action against people who use this, against the haters. Bieber, I love you, my man. But all I'm doing is reacting to someone else's video. And if none of this is true, then you'll have a really strong case against them. But it appears to all be 100% true, since they have receipts. So buckle in, everybody, because this is a wild ride.
He was invited onto the Today Show to perform them. Unbeknownst to Justin, this appearance would completely change his life, as Hailey Baldwin's father, Stephen Baldwin, would take her backstage to meet 15-year-old Justin Bieber when she was just 13 years old.
This is my daughter, Hailey. The third song? Yeah.
That clip wigs me out because look at how she introduces herself. Now, keep it like she's a super fan. Okay, she's like a super fan, and that's it. She's all hello, and you think back to like people who you've met in your life that you like. I would have assumed she's like, I'm totally uninterested in you. How are you? And then you watch it, you're like, wow, that's. You just never know what's going on inside people's heads.
This is my daughter, Hailey. The third song? Yeah. We've been enjoying your music.
Like many 13-year-old girls at the time, Hailey likely had a crush on Justin, and her father Stephen was using his connections to do something sweet for his daughter.
Great father right there. I'm being totally serious. Like, that's going way out of your way to hook your daughter up and give her a great childhood. I'm very impressed with Stephen Baldwin.
However, this wouldn't be the only time Hailey was around Justin before he really knew who she was. For example, Hailey would also appear at Justin's Toyota concert series performance in Rockefeller Plaza.
Now, I told you guys this is going to get really crazy, but is this not the exact type of thing you would find in a movie about a stalker psychopath? Okay, this is the first of like a million of these where it's like, what is she doing there, dude? Okay, first of all, how is she stalking him already? She's 13 years old, 14 years old. How does she have the resources, the ability to stalk? This is a girl who I have simultaneous tremendous fear of and respect for. Because this girl, if she wants something, dude, and you do not want to be in her way, she will kill you, okay? But how scary is that picture right there, dude? That's scary.
Before following him to Los Angeles to attend the premiere of his movie, Never Say Never, where she can be seen watching him from the sidelines as he walks the purple carpet. Stephen Baldwin would actually pull some strings that allowed Hailey to meet Justin again, and this would give us their first photo together. 4 months later, Hailey would even be photographed posing with a photo of Justin Bieber on the cover of M magazine.
Wait, what did you say, Hailey? They have not subscribed to my channel? Don't worry, they're going to do that right now. Otherwise, I'm going to give you their address.
Clear by this point that Hailey Baldwin wanted Justin Bieber for herself. And even though Selena Gomez took him off the market, Hailey wasn't going to give up so easily. For example, in 2012, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez would enjoy a date night together where they would eat sushi and go to the movie theater. However, paparazzi photos and videos would reveal that none other than Hailey Baldwin was following them around on their date.
Bruh, this is a horror movie, and we're still not even close to getting to the really crazy stuff, which is her obsession with Selena Gomez. We're just getting started on that part. But following him and Selena around, okay, a superfan. Like, keep in mind, the first clip that we saw was 2009, okay? You're talking like 3-4 years later. She is still following him around everywhere, okay? She was part of a superfan group, as you're about to find out, where she was getting information about where he was going to be from these like super fans on Facebook who followed him psychotically. Oh my God, he's staying at this hotel. Oh my God, he's going to this thing. Oh my God, they're going to be at whatever. And she would follow him and then just find reasons to bump into him. Again, I want to stress this. I'm simultaneously like, wow, she's crazy. And also like, man, that girl is a go-getter.
I feel like this is an opening to a documentary.
I used to be a Bieber fan, and I'm not talking a Bieber fan. I'm talking a New York City Bieber fan, and we've all been there, but I lived in New York City and I had the resources to go see him.
According to this video, Dana, the former superfan, used to run a Justin Bieber fan account with over 200,000 followers and had become somewhat of a niche internet celebrity amongst the Justin Bieber community. 15-year-old Hailey Baldwin followed Dana in 2011, and over time, she would become friendly with her online, regularly tweeting back and forth and DMing her for intel on Justin Bieber's location.
Here you're gonna see where I wrote Satai 5th app. The DM that was right above that she sent to me is gone because she unsent it right away. And if I went back to my MacBook from 2013, maybe I could find that, because above that, and you're gonna have to take my word for this one because I don't have it, but she said, "What hotel is Justin staying at? Kylie and I want to know."
According to Dana, when she would give Hailey information on what hotel Justin Bieber was staying at, Hailey would either book a room there or eat at the hotel restaurant. Hailey's goal was to cross paths with Justin Bieber as much as possible, in hopes that he one day considered her a potential partner.
We would give her that info because she would either stay at that hotel or she would eat at that hotel or do whatever at that hotel so she could bump into him. Hailey Baldwin went from trying to bump into Justin Bieber at the Satai, the London, to marriage. It is so iconic. Like, everyone's making a joke that it was her 10-year plan. Like, did it.
She sure did, guys. She sure did do it. And now we're going to get into some of the really diabolical stuff she did, because it starts with following him everywhere, following him around. Then we get to befriending people who are around him so she can be around more. And then we get into the devious stuff where she starts intentionally trying to undermine his current girl and then attack her and then get so obsessed with her that she's getting the same tattoo as her. She is wearing all of the same clothes as her. She is copying her interviews. It's so crazy.
Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez had broken up and gotten back together multiple times, but 2014 would mark the beginning of their longest break yet. And luckily for Hailey, she had become close with Kylie and Kendall Jenner. She would no longer have to rely on Bieber fan accounts to give her intel on his location. Now she could simply ask her friends. This newfound connection with the Jenner sisters proved valuable, and things were looking up for Hailey after she was spotted getting dinner with Justin, going to a movie, and then going back to his house, where she wouldn't be seen leaving until the following morning. However, with Justin's heart healing from the recent breakup with Selena and New Year's Eve quickly approaching, Hailey had her eyes on the prize and didn't want to risk Selena ruining that for her. It's a little loose, but fans speculate that Selena Gomez's last-minute New Year's Eve trip to Dubai with Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid was actually a setup to put Hailey and Justin together. With Selena out of the country, the chances of Justin and Selena rekindling their relationship at midnight were now zero. Unfortunately for Hailey, Justin would make it clear that he wasn't looking for a new partner, and instead was more focused on having fun.
Hey, I'll translate that one for the kids in the back. He's just focused on having fun means yeah, I smashed, but you're not my girl. And let's not get that confused, because you're not going to be my girl, because in this situation, I'm in love with Selena Gomez and you are a rebound. Although I will say, dude, let's be honest, okay? Hailey Bieber is much hotter than Selena Gomez. Let's just be honest, okay? Especially when she wears her hair up. I've always been into girls who wear their hair up. I tell Gabrielle that all the time. Every time one of my daughters comes downstairs wearing their hair up, I'm like, dude, you look so pretty. I don't even do it on purpose. Anyway, I just went off on a tangent here, but that's what that means. Means not interested in dating you.
After Halsey was photographed leaving a building with Justin, Hailey would post a video of herself to social media telling her driver to change the radio station after a Halsey song started playing.
Can you change the station? Yes. Please. Thank you.
She certainly didn't make it a secret. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm definitely stalking this dude. And anyone who goes near him, I consider my enemy. And I'm just going to post that on social media because that's not embarrassing at all.
This is when Hailey really started to lose the plot and get progressively more and more bold with her actions. While Justin and Selena were still separated, Justin would do a series of interviews where he praises Selena and describes her as the love of his life, going on to say they were, quote, so in love, nothing else mattered. We were all about each other. Clearly feeling jealous about how Justin was speaking of his ex, Hailey began accidentally retweeting tweets that shipped Justin Bieber and herself, as well as tweets from people wishing that Hailey would fight Selena. This is when Hailey's behavior stops coming across as enthusiastic and starts coming off as obsessive.
This is the moment where I start to deliver on what I said. This is where we go totally crazy. Single white female. An old movie that a lot of you probably don't know. Just trust me, it's about a girl who copies everything another girl does. It's totally insane. Very, very scary film. Just like this is about to be.
As over the next couple of years, she would seemingly try and mold herself to be more like Selena Gomez in hopes of receiving attention from Justin. For example,
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk us through these. So look at the dates on these, okay? Some of them are like right on top of each other. Some of them are a couple years later. But what you will notice is that in not almost every single case, you're looking at Hailey doing it after Selena. Okay, same outfits, same sunglasses, same poses, same products, same earrings, same everything. Okay, now the internet sleuths are the ones who go out and find this stuff. If there were examples of Selena wearing the same things as Hailey, they would have found them because there are internet sleuths on both sides. The number of examples of this are unbelievable. But now we get to the absolute craziest example of all, which is the tattoo that we referenced at the beginning. And this is beyond insane.
On June 4th, 2015, Selena Gomez would be spotted with a new tattoo behind her ear. This tattoo is just the letter G and is supposedly a tribute to her baby sister Gracie. However, on June 16th, just 12 days later, Hailey Baldwin would be spotted sporting an almost identical G tattoo in the same exact location as Selena's. Hailey would claim that the tattoo is an homage to her pastor's daughter Georgia, but Hailey, seemingly copying Selena while simultaneously rooting on her downfall, will become harder and harder to ignore.
Now, if I told you that you could make $50 for free if you take 90 seconds of your time to do something, it's something that you would do, especially if the 90 seconds is going to be something fun. Because that's exactly what PrizePicks and I are offering you right now. I want to be very clear. There is no gimmick here. There's no chance where this does not lead to $50 free for you. There's nothing you have to pick right. There's no game you have to win. If you play a $5 roster on PrizePicks, you will get $50 into your account whether you win or lose the roster that you entered. How much you can win in addition to the automatic $50 depends on the size of the roster that you pick, but I'll let you play around with that a little bit. Now, you also could try to win real big and play more than $5, but you don't have to. Take a look over here. Look at what I stand to win if I hit this roster. Hold me accountable to this. I'm putting it on my channel. I'm putting my face on it. Hold me accountable, and also hold me accountable to this. This game is super fun. You're going to want to play. As you can see on the left side of the screen, all you do is go through the athletes that you want to pick in a specific sport. In this case, we're doing UFC because my girl Rose Namajunas is fighting on Saturday. In addition to MMA, they have college basketball, college football, NBA, NFL, any sport you can think of, you can play on PrizePicks. Now, in the roster you see over here, this is obviously a UFC roster. I'm playing a $5 game, which means if this was my first game, I would see a free $50 put into my account the second that the game starts. So come join me for PrizePicks. It's an amazing game. You'll be supporting my channel and you'll be getting free money. Also, look at my roster, take a screenshot, and then you can see how I did. And also, I want to know who you guys are picking. Send me your rosters if you want. Link is in the description. Use promo code JesseOnFire for the $50 bonus, and that is what it is. I told you. Listen, okay? She is a girl who clearly has some attributes that are very, very valuable. The girl knows how to get what she wants, and she is clearly one of the single greatest networkers of all time, okay? It's hard to network unless you are extremely talented. She is clearly extraordinarily talented. But as soon as you get into the outfits and you get into the same tattoo and a G behind the ear, okay, like that's where you get to a place where, all right, you know, maybe she likes her style. Okay, maybe she feels a little bit inadequate because, you know, her dude was together with this girl forever and he's called her the love of his life and all that. Okay, fine. But a tattoo that specific in that specific of a spot, that's crazy. And within a week, okay, that's your crazy showing. That is, your crazy has come out. You're not able to keep it down anymore. It was choking you and you're like, I can't stop it. Ah! The same way that like a serial killer, you know, if you ask a serial killer, what does it feel like? They're all, well, it's like this hunger. And every time that you kill someone, you think the hunger is going to go away, but it doesn't. It just goes away for a little while. That was her crazy. Like, I can't stop. And it came out, you know.
In February of 2018, Selena Gomez would check herself into the Privé Swiss psychiatric facility in Connecticut, a facility that offers therapy for individuals needing a retreat from high-profile, always-on lifestyles. And Hailey would allegedly drive past Selena's home with her pastor's wife to make sure Selena was still in therapy. The rest of 2018 is kind of confusing, as Justin Bieber would get back together with Selena Gomez for a couple of months before she finally broke up with him for good, only for Justin to marry Hailey 6 months later. Hailey would later claim in interviews that she and Justin officially started dating in 2016, but if that's the case, why was Justin dating Selena just months before your wedding? Either way, Hailey Baldwin was now Hailey Bieber, and even though she got what she seemingly always wanted, it still wasn't enough.
So if you understand history of relationships in your own life and probably many other people that you know, if you have these on again, off agains, and then someone finally, it's like, it's over. It's finally over. There is a lot of examples in my own life where that person, one of them, immediately gets into like a super serious relationship and many times married, just like that. Okay. Now, I won't tell you how the most like blaring example of this ended up. Yes, I will. A girl that we all knew had been together with this dude for literally 8 years, okay? They were probably 30 at the time. And she broke up with him, or they broke up, I don't know, whatever. They had lived together. It was a very serious relationship. My buddy ended up living together with her 2 months later. And we were like, that was fast. They got married 3 months later, okay? So the exact same thing here as those two. And the end result of that marriage was 2 kids. And they got divorced when he found out in the most horrific way ever that she was having an affair with a dude, and the circumstances of how he found out are so horrifying that I won't repeat them on here. I have many times on the channel actually told this story. If for those of you who watch my content very consistently, it's the one about the iPad that got reset. And so he's literally looking at text messages as they're happening between her and the dude. So I feel like this video might get a lot of views. I'm not going to blow them up like that. But anyway, the worst possible way you could ever find out that your girl is having an affair.
Following the release of Selena Gomez's song, Lose You to Love Me, Hailey would immediately post a screenshot of her playing Summer Walker's song, I'll Kill You. While Hailey would claim the timing was merely a coincidence, many fans interpreted this post as another attack on Selena.
Oh my God, dude. I'm telling you right now, as much as Hailey's crazy, if she was my daughter, I would be proud. And for the record, like that is the, you know, like this is like kiddie stuff to me. These are like kids, you know. I mean, they're married, but they're like kids. This is kiddie stuff. But if that was my kid, if she was my kid and that happened, I would be proud of her, dude. I would just be like, wow, Hailey, I'll kill you. Really? I guess Chip doesn't fall far from the old block. Wait, what? Chip off the old block. You know, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, one of those, right? One of those. It's possible that I threw I'll kill you at people when I was that age. You know, someone tried to step at my girl. It's like, I'll kill you. That actually happened, with my own wife. That actually, with my current wife, that actually happened right when we got married. That actually happened, dude. Her ex-boyfriend made a pass at her in a DM, and I saw it. You know, she shut it down, but I was like, I don't think I can just let that slide, dude. You know, it's like, that's good. You know, that verifies I married the right girl by how she handled it, but I don't think I can let that slide. Dude made a pass at my wife, and so I, you know, very creatively let him think he was talking to her when he was actually talking to me, and then I told him I would cut his fucking heart out if he ever tried any shit like that again, which he never did. Surprising, you know? Shocker. He found a way to resist his impulses after that.
To make matters more confusing, in 2019, Hailey Bieber would debut another tattoo, this time on her ring finger, and featured the letter J. This tattoo is clearly a Justin Bieber tribute. However, fans were quick to notice that it shares a striking resemblance to a ring Justin Bieber bought Selena Gomez all the way back in 2012.
Now, I left that one in there for one specific reason, to show that sometimes people, that's a stretch, dude, okay? It's her husband. She got a tattoo of his initials on her ring finger, okay? The fact that Justin gave a ring to his ex 8 years prior to that doesn't give Selena Gomez domain over his wife's ring finger, okay? That's dumb. But why don't you guys check out this last story? This is the last thing we're going to do because this is completely batshit, beyond batshit. This might be the craziest thing she's done, except for maybe the tattoo, okay? Check this out, and then we're going to wrap this thing up.
A couple months later, Hailey even made sure to crash Selena's album release party being held at the restaurant Craig's in West Hollywood, despite not being invited, by making sure to arrive there before it started and staying long enough to overlap with the event, only leaving through a back door once Selena left her party. According to tweets from the evening of the party, once Selena arrived, the restaurant started playing her music, and that didn't sit right with Hailey. Hailey's stylist, Maeve, asked a waitress to play the song Yummy by Justin Bieber, and when that request wasn't fulfilled, Hailey and her table allegedly started yelling Justin's name.
Hey guys, if you ever go to your husband's ex-girlfriend's release party or birthday party or any party that you're not invited to, and then start yelling the name of your husband at that party, you are a psychopath, okay? There's no middle ground on this. Only an absolute stone lunatic would do what they just described right there. Bottom line. Period. Point blank. Period. That's insane. I don't even know what else to say about that. That is psychopathic. One last thing and then we're out.
Hailey Bieber would find herself under the microscope yet again following the release of her home cooking show, What's in My Kitchen, as it shares a striking, undeniable resemblance to Selena Gomez's cooking show, Selena Plus Chef, that debuted 2 years before Hailey's show. Let's start at the beginning. Selena's show starts with a faux camera HUD overlay to give that raw homemade production quality feel. Hailey's show also starts with a faux camera HUD overlay. Selena points out that the show does in fact take place in her real home.
This is my real home. Everything that we're doing is at home.
Hailey points out that the show is actually recorded in her real home.
Yes, we actually are in my real kitchen, in my real house.
Selena has her Nana introduce the dish they will be cooking.
So Nana, what do we call this?
Cheesy tortilla chip casserole.
Hailey has her Nana introduce the dish they will be cooking.
And Nana, what are we making today?
Selena Plus Chef would go on to have 4 11-episode seasons on HBO Max, as well as a spin-off that's still currently airing titled Selena Plus Restaurant, while Hailey Bieber's What's in My Kitchen would release 5 episodes before being abandoned completely. After fans caught on to Hailey practically copying Selena word for word, things got even darker when they dug into Hailey's interviews.
I realized that everybody else seemed to be narrating my life for me.
Yes.
So why don't I put something out that is my side of the story?
I realized that I was able to tell my story about who I was from my own mouth instead of people from the outside being able to tell my story for me.
That was one of the moments where I was like, I don't have to be that 19-year-old body shape anymore because I'm not.
That's the other thing too that I think I'm learning is I'm not 19 anymore. I'm 24 now. I feel like my body has changed the most even this last year.
Somebody asked me a while ago, what's the one thing you wish people knew about you? And I said I wanted it to be my heart.
What do you wish more people knew about you?
My heart.
People didn't really know me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know Hailey for Hailey. And I just always had this constant battle where I was saying, I wish people just knew my heart.
So I dated a lot of crazy girls in my life. I really did, man. And I could probably fill another 3 hours of content telling you stories about them. But I'm not sure if any of them are as crazy as Hailey Bieber, dude. But like I said, I'd be proud if she was my daughter. She is a very pioneering go-getter who also is very crazy and very well might poison one of her male lovers, assuming that her and Justin don't make it in the long haul, because seems like there's trouble in paradise there. I hope it works out. I am rooting for it to work out. They're married. I would never root for them to fail. They have a kid together. But my goodness, man, she is crazy. That is what I got for today. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Bye-bye.